Hi, Indigo here from Awaken Business Consulting, and I'm showing you in this video how to use Post Planner. So this is going to be a fairly quick video and it does a lot, so I'm going to move fairly quickly. But the basic idea with Post Planner is that it gives you a way to both find viral content and schedule it for posting. So right now where you see on the screen, I'm just on the categories that I have said I want it to find content for me. So this isn't necessarily the categories that you're going to have because you can change this yourself. And then I also have where I could go down here to industries and I could pull more industries in. I also have where it will give me status ideas. So if you just want to write text, it will give you questions that you could ask. So for example, fill in the blanks. Here are some different fill in the blank questions. If you want to run a contest, here are some ones where it gives you the text and then all you have to do is customize it. And again, everything is viral content. So they're saying what has worked well in the past. And so then if you want to do something like that, then you might say, okay, well, I want to say something about family and pets. This is a popular one. This is one that when people do this basic formula, it does well. As a kid, I couldn't get enough of what? And then people will respond. You'll get a lot of comments and then that will help the post do better. So if you're doing a mix of different kinds of content on your site, this is really handy because here we're now looking at one that is for status ideas. But if I go back from status ideas and I go back to popular again, let's say marketing, if you're doing something related to business, well, these are things that you might share if you're someone who writes about business. So here we have, the digital marketing needs, a cheat sheet. People like cheat sheets. So sharing this with them might be very popular with your people, just as in the past week, it's been popular with most of the people who are being measured by this tool. New ones would be less than a week, and then you could also do a month, and you could also do all time. I find that all time doesn't work that well, though. I'll usually leave it on the default of a week. Then if I say, okay, well, that's enough of stuff related to marketing, let me just see something that's random. Again, these are categories that I have. You don't necessarily have to have these categories, but I find things like this. Then let's say you found something that you want. And so you want to do this one, man belongs to the earth, earth does not belong to man. Okay, so in order to share it, you have several options here. One, you could look at it in its original form and see what the original post looks like wherever it is. And it could be Twitter, it could be a direct web page, it could be a Facebook post. There are different options, but if you click this, that's where you'll go. Or you could click this and just make it basically bigger. So that's all that it did, just so you could see it better. So if something was written really small, you might do that. If you want to share it to Pinterest, you could click this. And then for all other shares, just your regular sharing, you would just hit this and then it takes you up here. And then you'll see that I've got several options here. So this one is a page on Facebook. This one is a Twitter profile. These are my defaults, but if I click here, I actually have more options back here for other places I could post to. So let's say that for this one, I want to just have it only go to Twitter. So now it's only going to go to Twitter and I say something along with it. Well, I'll just leave it at that instead of trying to be profound while I'm doing this at the same time. If I wanted to go over to Canva and also create some sort of a graphic to go with it on Canva, boom, there I am in Canva. If I wanted to recycle this so that I post it now and then it goes in, and I'm just going to show you in a little bit my plan. So it would go into that plan. So that doesn't mean it's going to recycle just randomly, right? It will fit in according to how I made the plan. So I'm not going to click to recycle it though, but I could. And if I just click this, it will just add it one time to the existing plan, which is what I usually do. Or if I want to do it right now, I would say share now. If I want it to jump to the top of the queue, so it would not just go into the plan, it would go in the next place within the plan, which might not be now. Let's say I'm doing it at 6 p.m. Well, it's not 6 p.m. right now. So if I say share next, it will jump to the top of the queue, but it still won't share now. Or if I just want to manually schedule it for a time that's not a part of my posting plan, I could do that also. Okay. But for now, I'm going to do it the way that I normally would do something, which is just click add to plan. And so now it will go into my Twitter queue wherever it winds up in there. And I'm going to show you in a minute where it did wind up and we'll find out together. So now I'm going to go over to plan. I hope this is enough on your seeing like how you find content. So let's say now we want to schedule content. Well, okay, so my default plan has it going to this one page that's on Facebook, and also, oh, actually it looks like it's going somewhere different than I thought. All right, let's go just one by one. So here's one of my pages that's like my Twitter profile. So for Twitter, I have it going 3 times a day, and I have it at 7:30 a.m., then noon, then 6 o'clock, and this is in my time zone, and I have it going Monday through Friday. And you can see I don't have a Saturday, Sunday. I could add a new one, and so I could say weekdays it's this schedule, and then add new, and I could do Saturday and Sunday for that and have a different schedule. I could do, I've never come across a limit on how many different ways I can do it, but I've never done it more than a few different ways. And then you could also say, okay, at a given time, maybe I don't want any links going out at 7:30 in the morning because I think people are not going to have time to read an article. So I could take the link off for that one. Maybe I don't want any status updates going up at the very end of the day. I don't know why, but let's say I did. So I can make it so that when I just hit that button that says schedule this or add this to the plan, it knows when to put different things so that I'm not just posting every kind of content all times of day. Just because I put it as a time over here, that doesn't mean that I have to have links go out at all those times. It doesn't mean that I have to have photos go out at all those times. Okay. And obviously I could add many more times also. So I hope that's pretty clear. As I switch back and forth between these different ones, you can see that I have different plans for different ones. And then I also have a default plan that has a couple of things in it. Looks like it has a group and a page. So let's take a look then at the posting. So when I go to post, I see what's already queued up. So let's say I'm going to just look at my Twitter now. So, because we shared something to Twitter. So I can see that these are the ones that are queued up to go out tomorrow. And I have, by the way, I have all these on recycle. You see how there's a little green recycling sign here? That's because my Twitter is pretty much completely on autopilot, and that's why I only have it go out 3 times a day. When I want to just manually post something, like I find something I just want to post to Twitter, I just go and I manually do it. So I use this for my Twitter just to make sure that there's content there when I'm not paying attention. And honestly, mostly what I share or where I've been interviewed, or I've interviewed somebody else, or I've had an article on somebody's site, as a guest post, like something like that, something of me kind of in the media kind of a thing. That's pretty much, I just have it queued up. And then when I find things, I just post that individual thing. Like, let's find the one that we just did together. Here's the one that we just did together. So the next available spot for a picture was Friday. So this is Sunday that I'm doing this. So it's not quite a week away was the next available spot that something could go into that was a photo. Okay, so I hope that this is clear to you, and you can see I've got it scheduled out pretty far. I've got it scheduled. Looks like I've got about a couple of weeks worth that's already scheduled. And then there's still room though. I can still add in other things as I find them. If I don't get to it, I've always got a couple of weeks worth of content that's on rotation. Okay, and you could go longer. I think one of my pages, I actually have more like a month's worth of content that's on rotation. And then I just, I still participate on the platform. That's always important, folks. You're not going to get good results if you don't do that. But it's also, you can set a lot of it that you can kind of set it and forget it for a base. Now, there is more here. There are things like I can have a link bar. I don't know if let me see if any one of these I have the link bar on. Trying to remember where I might have put it. See, I might have done it on this one. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is the share bar. And so this is on Elephant Journal. This is an article that I wrote on Elephant Journal that I'm sharing. But do you see how it has get out of the hustle and into the groove? Click here to get your free business resources guide, and also has a Facebook link. And off the video, there's also a Twitter link over there. And then this is actually my Awaken Business Consulting logo. So if someone clicks here, they will go to my website on Awaken Business Consulting to the page that has this free business resource guide on it. And so I could be sharing anything, it doesn't have to be my own article that I happen to be sharing. Anything that I share where the site that it's from doesn't kind of break things like Sniply or sharebar, this will work. I think if I remember correctly, it's either Forbes or Fortune or Inc. I know one of those magazines doesn't allow the share bar, but it will tell you when you're under find here. If I start trying to share an article, let's actually just go to share an article and see what happens. You see, okay, so this one will allow the share bar on TechCrunch, but if it wouldn't, it would tell you right here that this particular website won't allow your share bar, and you can always edit your share bar. So this is the heart of this. Like, there are a few other little things, but this is the basics of it. So very easy to find content that's relevant to your audience of different types of links, or maybe instead of links, you want it to be photos only, or maybe instead of photos, you want it to be statuses. Here under random, I can look for photos, or I can look for articles, or I can look for statuses. I could do it for different time frames in terms of popular within what time frame. There's so much to it. It's really, that you can do this for like $3 a month. I mean, come on. It's like such an incredible deal that I hope you'll take advantage of it, at least check it out. All right, that's all for today, and I will see you in the next video where I'll be sharing more of how you use some of my favorite recommended resources. You can find a link on this page to all of them, even ones where I didn't have to make the video because somebody else was nice enough to already have made a video. But you can find out the pluses and minuses and the cost and all that of like just my favorite recommended resources. Always, of course, you can subscribe to this channel so that every time that I do come out with another how-to video, you'll get a notification automatically. Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you in the next video.